What is your American dream?
Healthcare for all. It really is. Healthcare for all, reproductive freedom, sexual reproductive rights, abortion rights for every single person in this country.
Same, like justice for everyone, like a reformed justice system, a society where we can have equal access to all the rights that we came here for. Like, I'm an immigrant, I came here from Jamaica. Like, we came here for, of course, more economic mobility, but like, we wanted the freedom and like the things that were promised to us. And when we got here, we realized it's not as easily accessible as we thought it was. So I just want us to have the dream that we came for.
Everyone has a right to the American dream. That's quick! Contreras, Vanessa in studio with Yo-Yo. We have a full studio here today.
Yeah.
High five, Vanessa. High five. High five. All right. Well, we don't have Facebook today.
No.
We don't.
No, we didn't have Instagram today. Were you like shaking a little bit, like I'm looking on Instagram, nothing's happening, what's going on? Or were you able to cope?
I was shaking in my boots a little, being that the majority of my businesses are done on Instagram.
That is true.
There's an email list. What we all need to remember is to still develop other ways to contact people.
This is
so
true.
That is
I was
very,
okay.
that is very, very
It
true.
was a nice little break.
If there is anything that we learn from all of this, as a marketer, and which I myself am also guilty of, if your followers are on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube or anything else, they control your followers.
Yeah.
Right? They
Yeah.
go down, they take you off, you've lost all your followers.
Yeah.
So until you control your followers,
Yeah. And
Right?
that's why you should be on all platforms.
that's why you should be on
TikTok was
all.
still up,
That
and
is right. TikTok was up. YouTube is up, right?
We here.
You need to be multifaceted.
Absolutely.
Let's say hello to the squad on Facebook. Oh, there's nobody. Let's say hello to the squad. My microphone is
Our
on.
mics are on.
Our microphone is on.
They're saying
Oh,
there's no
sound.
but our
No
mics are on.
sound.
How could there not be
Oh, I
any
see.
sound?
But
How could there not?
Mine is.
The sound is fine.
Can you guys hear us out there?
Squad.
What?
On YouTube.
Asking if they can
What?
hear us.
You say something, Yo-Yo? I don't hear you, Yo-Yo.
What?
Yo.
I'm so confused.
Yo-Yo. I hear Vanessa.
Oh.
You don't hear me.
I don't hear you.
Oh, turn it on. Is it on?
My mic is on.
Of course I hear you.
Oh, okay.
Oh. I'm like, I saw you turn it on.
I hear you. I'm in the same room as you. Let's say hello. Let's say hello
Out
to
of
the
control,
squad.
Brad.
I was just Twilight Zoning everybody right now. David Bercelli, squad up. Mito Dito. Mito Dito.
Nito Tito, put us on blast with no
I
sound.
like Mito Dito. Hello from Maryland. Of course, Mito Dito's would be from a state initialed MD. Mito Dito also was the one with the hashtag fake news, no sound.
No,
Yeah.
actually, David said at the beginning there was no sound. Now it's good.
Now
So
we're
it's not
good.
fake news.
That was not fake news. We're okay now. Mito Dito
Yeah.
says we're okay. All right. Why don't you tell Mito Dito, David Bercelli, and whoever else is watching on YouTube what they're in for today.
Absolutely. All right, squad. You already know what time it is. It's time for you guys to share on all social media platforms. But right now, I guess we're just on YouTube. So share on YouTube. Everybody get on YouTube. Tell everybody that you know that usually watches on Facebook that we're on YouTube right now, just in case. All right? Because we're going to start.
Oh, wait. I am sorry. I apologize. I have a public service announcement. A public service announcement. I am directing it to G Child, who is making a huge complaint that he's been calling the number and can't get through on our show. G Child, if you call right now, we have open lines, 1-800-529-5465. I promise you, G Child, you will be on. Continue. I apologize, Yo-Yo.
No problem.
But that was a public service announcement directed at G Child.
Well, G Child, there you go. I hope you're happy.
Call now.
Call now.
Right now.
Right. All right, you guys, we're going to start schmoozing with Brad soon, talking headlines, including Facebook's outage, as well as Instagram and WhatsApp.
And it's Monday, squad, so it's time to share some warm and fuzzy news stories about our furry friends, including the fact that this week is Fat Bear Week.
G Child, another public service announcement for G Child trying to call the office. No answer. G Child, if you call right now, our office is answering the telephone because it is our office at Spar and Bernstein that puts you through. Leave a message and we'll get back to you. And we're back on Facebook now.
Oh.
Whoa.
Social media apocalypse. That's what I'm calling today.
Do we have to start over again now? Our show? No.
They'll just pick
the
up.
the TriCaster, Julia the TriCaster.
Let you know it is not. That is not happening.
No. He just went. He just said in my ear.
Respect, Julian.
No.
For here, sounds
G-Child.
on. The three of us are here.
G
Good day.
Child, call now. Leave your name, and we will get to you. All right. For those who missed the beginning of the show on Facebook. You missed nothing so far. All right, continue, Jonathan.
We're about to start schmoozing with Brad. Let's schmooze.
Do it.
All right, let's do it. So around 11 o'clock this morning, we were all shocked when we went to Instagram to check out stories from our most favorite people that we follow that we couldn't get on Instagram. And then I said, damn, what's going on? And I went to WhatsApp to go text my friend, hey, you having a problem with Instagram? I said, damn, WhatsApp too.
That's no good.
That's no good.
That was bad.
So then I went to the old-fashioned messenger on Facebook. And I said, damn, it doesn't work either.
Yeah.
Now, at the same exact time as this was happening, a Facebook employee by the name of, what is her name? She was a whistleblower, 37-year-old Frances Huggin, former Facebook product manager. She was coming clean on Capitol Hill. And what she was basically describing was a culture at... tomorrow's Capitol Hill. She came clean on 60 Minutes.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Tomorrow's Capitol Hill. And she's coming clean on what's going on at Facebook right now. And what's going on at Facebook is that they are more interested in money than truth. And they are very well aware, according to this whistleblower, that there are a lot of posts that are causing division, lies, untruths, social upheaval, and the reason that they're doing it is to keep eyes on Facebook, that they don't want people to log out of Facebook. It's not just clicking through to ads, it's keeping eyes logged on to Facebook. The more people are logged into Facebook, the more time they spend on Facebook, the more money Facebook will make. So their ultimate goal is eyes on Facebook more than whether anything that is on Facebook is truthful, not truthful, is spreading lies, is spreading truths, is causing upheaval, is causing divisiveness. Because if everything was not divisive, I don't think people would spend as much time, just human nature. You wouldn't be commenting, you wouldn't be saying things, you wouldn't be getting yourself upset and then going to look for something else. You would just be like, oh, nice picture of a dog.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Like Fuzzy Monday.
Yep.
So it seems to be that is their model in causing upheaval and divisiveness rather than bringing people together, which is what you would think social media is. That's at least from the whistleblower's perspective. We have video of her. Let's watch.
There were conflicts of interest between what was good for the public and what was good for Facebook. And Facebook over and over again chose to optimize for its own interests, like making more money.
Exactly. So, what do you think of all of this?
I can't say too much of what I do know, but I do know some people that do work for Facebook, and I've heard this before this whistleblower came out. It's almost like deja vu, because I've heard the same thing she has said, and it's to the point where a lot of the Facebook workers are starting to second guess, and like they're feeling bad. They're feeling like they're becoming a sellout because of what they have to do for work, and it conflicts what they truly believe. To be their Mother Teresa in their heart.
Yeah.
So,
I think in the last 2 years with Facebook ads, I mean, I see it all the time when I work with a bunch of different people. It's huge. Like, there's just about no business out there that is not marketing on Facebook and is not connecting or monetizing or doing something with Facebook. So I think they know exactly what they have on their hands. They know how powerful they are.
Now, one of the things that the whistleblower came out and said is that Facebook was trying to figure out how to get teens and children more interested in social media apps, specifically Facebook, because Facebook is, at least certainly in the United States, maybe in other countries different, is for older people. It's not not like the cool thing.
Facebook started off as an app where you had to have a college login. I had to have a college login or email in order to get
Access
on Facebook.
But maybe Facebook realizes they're not, they're overreaching now, perhaps. I've been reading articles that are arguing that because they need to try to make themselves cool for children, they're losing the next generation, teenagers, young adults, that maybe there won't be Facebook. Maybe Facebook is going to be like MySpace in 10 years from now.
Oh, wow.
Right.
If
they mess up, they
certainly in the United States, when other cooler apps like TikTok.
TikTok.
And you can follow us at Bradshaw Live on TikTok, our fastest growing social media platform. Are much cooler.
Public service announcement.
A public service announcement are much cooler than Facebook. I don't know. So interestingly enough, as all of this is coming out, Facebook lost connectivity. Not only Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, and also their Oculus, their 3D, thing, all lost connectivity. Not locally within certain cities, not within the United States of America, globally,
That's
a global shutdown. Now, I am no technical genius by any stretch of the imagination. Anyone who works at Bradshaw Live, knows that when something goes wrong, I am the last person to get under the desk and try to figure out what wire's got to be connected. But I do have some common sense. And my common sense says this. I don't know what's going to happen, but my common sense is this. If it was like a switch, we were talking about this right before we got on the air. If it was like a switch or a computer malfunction, Facebook or Instagram or WhatsApp, it would have been down in certain areas around the continent, major cities. But to have a global shutdown, there is no one switch anywhere on the internet that could shut down a huge social, one of the most powerful, if not the most powerful tech company in the world. So this, and I am just saying this, I have no idea. I am not saying this as fact. I am saying this as #conjecture. I think it was a hack.
Yeah.
It could be.
I think it was a
It
hack.
went on for way too long, and again, you're right. Like globally, like let's
Globally,
say
how's it
something
all
would
go
have
down
just
globally.
Right.
happened New York or the tri-state area.
There's definitely a lot of conspiracy theories out there.
Have you read any today?
I've read a couple. I've read one where, because I actually was talking to my friends who do work at Facebook, and I know that they're going to, like what we said, like Capitol Hill tomorrow. Mm-hmm. So some people were like, well, maybe they shut it down themselves so they can clean house. You never know. It's a lot.
Now, at 1 o'clock, Cisco's Internet Analysis Division, Thousand Eyes, said on Twitter that its tests indicate the outage was due to an ongoing DNS failure. Now, maybe it was a DNS failure. That's kind of like the phone book of the Internet. It keeps all the IP addresses. But perhaps that was where the hack was. I'm not saying it wasn't a DNS failure. I'm just saying, again, I never heard the word DNS before. I just said it 5 minutes ago. But to me, it just seems.
So whatever it is, it has to be super serious, because the people that I know that work at Facebook had no idea why. So these are internal people that work within the company, and they would have told me. I know for a fact they would have told me why it's shut down. They said they don't know.
Meanwhile, what's very interesting is that they couldn't even get into their own buildings.
Yeah.
All right.
Feel some good Tuesday tea.
So that was more than just a DNS hack.
Yeah.
Okay, because the DNS, I assume, has nothing to do with their key cards.
Right.
To get into buildings, and that's been reported as well by the news too.
Just hope no one crazy is coming for us.
I don't
Right.
know.
It's 2021. I don't know. Anything can happen.
I don't know. Anything can happen, right? So we'll see what happens there. Meanwhile, the other big news is we're still waiting for the $3.5 trillion budget reconciliation deal to pass. We're waiting for the $1.2 trillion infrastructure deal to pass, and it's been reported that the parliamentarian has said no to both plans A and B. We are not aware of any plan C yet. That would be a substantial help for immigrants. Maybe there will be some minor adjustments for immigration in the final bills, but certainly not a full-on amnesty plan or a plan that would help millions and millions of deserving people. With that said, Senator Kristen Sinema, she is the Arizona senator. She and Senator Manchin, those are the two big holdouts in the Senate on the Democratic side. They need all 50 votes to pass the reconciliation bill. A video posted on the Twitter account of Living United for Change in Arizona, which is an immigration reform advocacy group, shows activists following Senator Sinema on her way out of a classroom and into a bathroom.
Right.
A woman filming the encounter, who identifies herself as Blanca, is heard saying after the senator enters a stall, "We knocked on doors for you to get you elected, and just how we got you elected, we can get you out of office if you don't support what you promised us," which was referencing immigration. Let's watch her video.
I'm a survivor of human trafficking, and it's because of the lack of worker protections that we don't have in the gig economy. I need you to stand by workers.
And now,
they're bold.
Wow. Seriously.
Now I want you to know, she's holding up the $3.5 trillion budget reconciliation deal, her and Senator Joe Manchin. But that deal is going to go on without immigration. And I boldly applaud Blanca, who herself is fighting to get her family reunited here, and it was a very, very bold move. But she needs to find the parliamentarian in the bathroom. She went after Senator Sinema, and by all means, I'm glad that we are getting the word out. But the woman who's holding everything up is that parliamentarian.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Go find her in the bathroom and start filming her.
Can you imagine that kind of pressure, though, guys? Like, this is huge.
Yeah.
Now, she told the Arizona Republic yesterday it has required a tremendous amount of bravery from this young Lucha told the Arizona Republic in the email yesterday. Lucha is the Living United for Change in Arizona. That's where this Twitter account, where the video came from, said it has required a tremendous amount of bravery from this young organizer to fight for her family and tell her story to her senator. Sinema has denied our requests, ignored our phone calls, and closed her office to her constituents. She hasn't had a public event or town hall in years. No one wants to meet with their senator in the restroom.
I like that organization. Lucha means fight in Spanish, so that's why they have the wrestlers as the icon. That's super cute.
Oh, that's dope.
Yep.
And those are like the Spanish
really
fighters too.
Yeah, like the wrestlers.
Yeah, the wrestlers.
Yeah.
Now it says here, according to Lucha, she's the one blocking a path to citizenship, deportation protection, paid family care, climate justice, lower drug costs, and so many other things we need. Many, yes, she is blocking, but she's not the one blocking the immigration.
Right.
It's the parliamentarian.
So we got to.
But I'm glad that Lucha is certainly bringing this to the forefront and back into the conversation, which is why they do these things. Meanwhile, did you see the oil spill in California?
No.
It's very trifling. Yes, 126,000 gallons of crude oil has exploded out of an underwater oil pipeline right off the coast of Newport Beach and Laguna Beach.
Oh, wow.
It is a 17.5-mile pipeline, and there is the 126,000 gallons of heavy crude covers about 13.5 square miles.
So it's all in the ocean now?
All in the ocean. Not as big as the Exxon Valdez. The Exxon Valdez, the famous, oil spill up in Alaska, but still extraordinarily big. People who live and work in the area said they noticed the oil and the heavy smell on Friday evening. That's when it first was discovered. I don't understand how nobody monitors the oil going under the water. Like, nobody realizes this until somebody says, hey, there's oil on top of the water. But I guess that's what happens. The Coast Guard confirmed on Saturday afternoon that an oil slick had been spotted and established a unified command. Amplify Energy Corporation shut down operations of the pipeline and the platforms later that day. The company's CEO, Martin Wilshire, said the pipeline was suctioned out so no more oil would spill. But how do they not realize the oil is spilling to the ocean until somebody sees it?
But this is
don't they monitor these things?
What is with maintenance all around everywhere? Why?
I don't understand. I don't understand.
We had the same conversations with the buildings down in Miami, and it's like, where was the maintenance there?
Yeah, exactly. Now, by Sunday, booms were deployed on the water to try to contain the oil, while divers sought to determine where exactly and why the leak occurred. They were able to remove 3,000 gallons of oil of the 126,000.
3,000.
Yeah, that's like a pinky nail.
Right.
Yeah.
A pinky nail.
A drip drop.
A drip draw. Yeah. Exactly. But residents, business owners, environmentalists question whether authorities had reacted quickly. That's what we're saying.
See?
This is so, as if there aren't so many things already going on in the world. Global warming, like the Earth needs us.
Right.
The Earth really
This
does
is just
need
setting
us.
it back even more.
Yeah, this is setting us back.
Now, resident business owners, environmentalists question whether authorities reacted quickly. Gary Brown, president of the environmental group Orange County Coastkeeper, said by the time it comes to the beach, it's done tremendous damage. Our frustration is it could have been averted if there was a quick response. The other big question is, why the hell are they drilling oil right off the coast of California, one of the biggest population centers in the United States of America?
How did we not catch this before? 100,000 gallons.
Isn't there enough oil to drill elsewhere? Why are they doing this right off the coast of California?
So many questions, very little answers.
Yeah, like Huntington Beach resident David Rapchin said he was worried about the impact of the spill on the beaches where he grew up as well as the local economy. He questioned whether drilling for oil was a wise idea along some of Southern California's most scenic beaches. We need the oil, but there's always a question, do we need to drill it there?
Right.
Yeah, there it goes. There, you just said that.
Yeah.
There it goes.
I'm
went to those
asking the same question David Rapchin's asking.
I've been to these beaches growing up, so especially Laguna Beach, Huntington Beach, all of these beaches. So
did you know they were drilling oil?
I had no idea. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Meanwhile,
had no idea.
Meanwhile, there was more than 660 different women's marches on Saturday.
Yes.
Yes, they were protesting the increasing state restrictions on abortion and advocating to maintaining a constitutional right to the procedure.
Yep.
Women's March Executive Director Rachel O'Leary Carmona said, in addition to the Texas law, which we've talked about on our show, which basically has outlawed abortion after 6 weeks in the state of Texas, there's a possibility that other states may pass similar legislation, and a Mississippi challenge to the landmark Roe versus Wade decision could create an unprecedented attack on Roe versus Wade. We could, at the end of this year, have abortion not a legal right in America anymore. And then it would be left to the individual states. So when Roe versus Wade, if it were to be overturned by this Mississippi challenge, it would be up to the individual states whether or not to legalize abortion. Legalizing abortion is not is what you're doing is saying we are leaving it up to the pregnant woman to decide what to do with her body. And I will tell you, in the middle of the United States, where all those red states are during the Trump-Biden election, they'll all go to making abortions illegal. And then on either coast, where those blue states where Biden won, it'll still be pro-choice. It'll be two different countries. If it happens.
I can't tell you how much I really can't believe that this is
even on the table. Like.
Yeah, and not just because I'm a woman, it's like experiences. Sometimes we speak about these topics really loosely, but it's not until you experience something or you experience it happen to someone close to you. There's just, especially with this topic, there's so many ways to go for it.
Now, Bradshaw Live was at a rally in New York. It drew thousands of protesters, including actresses Amy Schumer and Jennifer Lawrence. This was us there, right?
Oh, there they are.
Yes,
I love Amy
Live.
Schumer.
Me too.
Yeah.
I like that. My kitty, my biz.
Now, Washington protesters marched to the U.S. Supreme Court 2 days before the court reconvenes for a session in which the justices are going to hear the Mississippi case. It's actually going to be heard in 2 days from now. We'll see what happens. Oh, being heard December 1st. They reconvened today. Okay. It's being heard December 1st. All right, we'll see what happens.
And we will stay tuned.
Yes. Now, the United States has reported more than 43 million coronavirus cases, more than 701,000 deaths, but the deaths are starting to level off and go down. It may be because more people are getting vaccinated. It may be because the Delta variant has run its course. It may be, just lots of prayers and love. We don't know. But according to the Department of Health and Human Services, there was a 12.7% decrease in hospitalizations compared to the week before. So that's good news.
That's very good news.
That's good news. Julian.
Something's.
Ding, ding, ding. Yeah, there we go.
Like that.
Something's lightening up.
Now, while such declines are welcome, Dr. Jorge Rodriguez, a viral researcher and internal medicine physician, said today it does not signal the beginning of the end of this pandemic. Dr. Jorge Rodriguez, a little more pessimistic than us.
I know. He's totally messing up the vibe right now.
I'm not saying it was the end of the pandemic. I'm just saying it was good news.
We want to see these numbers going lower.
We like it going lower. We like it going lower. Now, in New York City, a lot of this is also, the pandemic's going to depend on how many people are getting vaccinated and how many people have survived COVID and have the, natural antibodies. In New York City, 148,000 people, part of the Board of Education, school teachers, principals, janitors, cafeteria people who work in the cafeteria, and everybody in between, the secretaries in the back office, everybody at the Board of Education, it was mandated that they needed to have at least one COVID shot by today, or they would be put on unpaid leave until they did. Now, according to the United Federation of Teachers Union President Michael Mulgrew, as a result, 97% of the New York City teachers now have at least received one dose of the COVID vaccine shot by this Monday. And the mayor of New York said 95% of all teachers and staff have been vaccinated. So, you know, a lot of people with these vaccination mandates, some people quit. Some people quit their jobs. Absolutely. I know people who quit their jobs rather than take the vaccine.
Wow.
But for the most part, 97%, I think if the goal is to get as many people vaccinated and protect children in New York City School District, I think that was a good job.
Yeah.
You know, I'll be honest with you, I'm not a big fan of Mayor de Blasio, but good job there.
Right.
Right? 95% of all teachers and staff, 97% of his union. United Airlines, very similar. They are mandating you cannot work at United Airlines. Their entire fleet of people, from the baggage handler to the person at the ticket counter, to the pilot, to the steward or stewardess, all must be vaccinated or they're going to lose their jobs. And I think that's going to happen more and more in the United States. And I think what's going to happen is that other businesses and companies are going to see, wait, New York City, you know, Board of Education, they did it. They got 97% of their employees vaccinated. United Airlines lost a few, but they're saying they're going to get most of their employees vaccinated. And I think most businesses will say it is better to have a fully vaccinated staff to avoid people getting sick and to avoid customers concerned about, you know, doing business with your particular company. You know, you don't want to walk into a business and say, am I going to get sick from COVID? You don't want to walk on a plane and say, I'm going to get sick. You don't want your child to go to school. Is my child going to get sick from their teacher? And I think most businesses will make the calculated business decision, because it's all business decisions. Yes, you know, you want to keep people healthy, but it's all business decisions. You know, in the end, saying, you know what, it's a better business decision to have a certainty of vaccination. And if we lose a few employees, then because you see, both United Airlines and now the Board of Education in New York City, they kept most of their employees.
I think this is going to play out how anything else with the pandemic has. We just see how it goes, but I think that this will definitely help. Numbers keep dropping.
Yes.
Schools, everyone's so close together.
Now here we are, right?
Right.
See?
Right, we're vaccinated.
The
We're
only
back
way
in
we
studio.
can be here.
The only way we can be here, right? High five.
Since we can now.
High five. All right, it's Fuzzy Monday, Vanessa. Your first
do
Fuzzy
this.
Monday in the studio.
I'm ecstatic.
And by the way, there's people who disagree. Miloslav Minkoff, who's our very good friend on YouTube, he says the vaccine mandate is wrong. You know, there's lots of people believe that. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying that businesses are going to make the calculated business decision that people would rather get vaccinated ultimately than lose their job, because if you lose your job because of not getting vaccinated, you got fired for cause, you're not collecting unemployment, then you're not getting any severance, so, you know, you're out on the street. So, you know, and hopefully you'll find, you know, another job that, you know, would hire you without a vaccination, but it's going to be more and more difficult.
And I respect people that, you know, can really be that committed to their decision, like for it to impact your entire income. Like, listen, I get it and I respect it, but.
All right, it's Fuzzy Monday, Julian. Let's do it. One more time. There we go. Now, we started Fuzzy Monday with that too. Vaccine mandates.
I know.
All right, so in Montreal, an Italian greyhound from Montreal, Canada, has become a fashion icon. His name is Tika the Iggy. Iggy is short for Italian Greyhound, and she has 782,000 TikTok followers, 711 followers on Instagram, just from being a cute dog.
Jeez.
And
not just cute, fashionable.
And Tika's owner puts Tika in these different outfits. In fact, he has purchased more than 300 outfits for Tika.
Wow.
Okay, Tika has a wardrobe. Tika's wardrobe is what? 100 times bigger than mine.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I have 30 outfits in my closet. People watch. I wear the same 10 blazers. And you know,
they're in rotation.
They're in rotation. I can't even get through a month without rotating at least once or twice.
Me with t-shirts back home.
And Tika the dog has a different outfit for all 300 days of the year. So meanwhile, Tika she blew up. Tika, at least in terms of being famous. She was famous before when Lizzo posted a picture of her wearing a fur coat exactly like a fur coat that Tika was wearing, and then Lizzo posted the picture of her with Tika, I guess, side by side, and then added the picture to her Instagram series in January, along with the line, "Swipe right to be seen by an actual bad bitch."
Wow. Wow. I love Lizzo.
Now, Shapiro was floored. He said, "I love Lizzo. I love her as a person. I love her music. She's very much her own person. She does what she wants to the beat of her own drum, just like Tika. It's fun to have their worlds collide."
Wow.
We have a video. Let's see the video. This is Tika video.
See this? I love it. I couldn't wear it.
Oh, I've seen
love
Tika.
I
I know this.
Then there's this. Love it. Couldn't wear it. Love it. Couldn't wear it. And this was supposed to be my cute costume, but no.
I know Tika.
I've seen
I've seen Tika. I've seen them.
Yeah, I've seen him. I've seen this.
I've seen Tika. She hit 200,000 followers after Instagram featured her on its homepage. Things that went through the roof in December after Shapiro posted a TikTok video of Tika in various outfits. It has more than 32 million views. Can we see that video one more time? I love that video.
Yeah.
I actually like it. I want to watch
I had
it.
so many cute outfits planned for this year that I couldn't wear. So I just wanted to show you. See this? I love it. I couldn't wear it. Love it. Couldn't wear it. Then there's this. Love it. Couldn't wear it. Love it. Couldn't wear it. And this was supposed to be my cute costume, but no.
I
love that audio.
I've seen this.
Yeah.
I've seen that before. So now, despite her success, Tika has set very clear boundaries about her work-life balance. She says Shapiro, at this point, she's almost 10, so she sleeps 20 to 22 hours a day when she's not busy modeling. So Tika...
That's the whole day.
Sleeping beauty, Tika. Talk about sleeping
Tika
beauty.
needs a beauty sleep, so she gets 20 to 22 hours of sleep a day, and then models for 2 hours a day. That's Tika's life.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Must be nice.
Meanwhile, did you hear this? A German hamster is beating the market in cryptocurrency.
What?
Yes.
Not crypto.
Yes, in crypto. Since June, a hamster named Mr. Gox has been running an independent I guess cryptocurrency portfolio in a high-tech cage called the Gox Box. And his portfolio has a wide range of cryptocurrencies, including Tron, Ethereum, and Bitcoin. Now, Mr. Gox's trading sessions are live streamed on Twitch, and what happens is the hamster decides what tunnel to run in, and some of the tunnels are buy, some of the tunnels are sell, some tunnels are Bitcoin, some tunnels are Tron, some tunnels are Ethereum, and that will automatically, depending on what tunnel he runs in, it's an automatic sale or purchase of that particular cryptocurrency. Wow. So there's no human interaction involved. It's really, literally, the cage is set up to actually purchase or sell depending on what he runs through these little tunnels. And apparently, Mr. Gox is...
How much is he cashing out?
I don't know. Mr. Gox he's beating most people after an initial investment of it's only 300 euros, which is $390. Mr. Gox has a profit of 54 euros, which is about I guess a 20% return on his money. So it's cute. They're not really risking a lot of money.
Right.
They're not, I thought Cox was making
Right.
billions.
Nah.
I thought Mr.
When
Cox
I
was-
see crypto, I'm listening.
Now,
now.
even if Mr. Cox continues to beat the S&P 500, investing based on a hamster's random movements, this is our public service announcement. That is not a sound investment strategy.
Yeah, it's not.
Okay.
That's not solid, and I'm not investing.
Although I did once have an investment advisor that probably Mr. Cox would have done better than one of my old investment advisors that I have since fired.
Yeah.
I think Mr. Cox would have beat him out. Given the choice.
Now you know your options.
Given the choice, I think I'd go with Mr. Cox now. And in Alaska, it's Fat Bear Week, Vanessa.
Fat Bear Week.
We always love Fat Bear Week here at Bradshaw Live. It is a healthy competition to figure out who is the fattest bear alive. We've had a similar thing here. We call it Fat Host Week. Brad wins every year. Brad has won that year after year after year. I am next to two skinny people. I can't.
Jonathan has only gotten stronger since the last time I was in the
I always lose.
Yikes.
I always lose. Fat host of the Brad Week because we run the competition
Right.
the same week as Fat Bear Week in
Right.
Alaska.
That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here.
We all got on the scale. We all got on the scale, and everyone looked at me
we
like,
lost.
and everyone said, "Brad, you lost again."
Oh, we lost.
Oh, I'm the winner. now, among this year's contenders, Chunk, one of the most dominant bears on Brooks River, and Holly, a medium large adult female who is 2019's Fat Bear Week champion. The voting is taking place over several days on explore.org's website. You can also watch bears every day on their live cam.
I'm weak. Look at them. They really have like a champion.
They have a champion fat bear, yes. Now, just a little hashtag facts about
This looks
bears.
like fantasy football.
Right.
Yes, a little hashtag about fat bears. A dominant adult male might catch and eat more than 30 fish a day, and by the end of the fall, adult males can weigh over 1,000 pounds. Now, last year's Fat Bear Week winner, Bear, is competing again this year. He's back in it to regain his crown, and he is still considered the bear to beat.
Ooh.
In September 2020, he weighed an estimated 1,400 pounds. He is really taking in a lot of calories every day.
For sure.
He is taking in a lot of calories every day, that fat bear. Right.
How do they even weigh these guys?
Right.
How about that?
I don't know. I think they just they take a guess. I don't think
way.
anyone's going over there with a scale.
You can't have a whole fantasy
Right.
football bear thing.
And it
I
don't be
guess.
factual. I need to make sure that
Yeah.
that's exactly how much they weigh. If I'm
what
gonna
I'm
put
saying.
money on.
All right, Vanessa, you don't have to. You don't just left it. My right or left hand. Now I want you to notice something, Vanessa. You realize that everything is backwards.
Yeah.
When I do it live.
That's why I'm glad we
Right,
have the
right.
iPads.
So that's why I'm always going like this. Wait, what's All right. So my right, my left, my right, my left, my right, my left.
Let's go with the right.
Go with the right. All right.
Feels right.
In Japan, a turtle crossing the busy airport runway held up flights, clocking it at over 4 pounds and 1 foot long. This little turtle, or maybe somewhat nice-sized turtle, delayed 5 flights at Narita International Airport in Tokyo 2 Fridays ago after being spotted by a pilot just before his plane was scheduled to take off. Air traffic ordered all flights to pause while staff safely captured the turtle and swept the 4,000-meter long runway for any anomalies, I can't read, prompting further delay. Ironically, planes halted by the wayward turtle included all Nippon Airways Airbus A380 on its way to Okinawa, which happens to be decorated with blue sea turtles as part of a recent campaign to celebrate the airline service to Hawaii. The disturbance turned out to be a welcome one as the airline sent a statement. They said in Hawaii, sea turtles are seen as bringing good luck, and we hope this turtle that came to see the flight off signals a bright future. Have you seen sea turtles? I was in Hawaii. There's a beach in Hawaii, in Maui, with 30 sea turtles there. And they're just sitting there. They don't care. You can walk up to them. You can pet them. You can say hello to them. You can lie
They're
next
not like
to them.
snapping turtles.
No, they're just live turtles. They're just sleeping there on the beach. They don't care.
So cute.
But they're huge. Like
Yeah.
like
I was gonna
yo-yo
say they're
size.
huge, right?
Like yo-yo size.
They're big
bear
turtles.
size. Like big.
Yeah, sea turtles are the ones that don't tuck in their. They
Yeah.
can't.
Oh,
They're just
yeah.
like the,
Yeah,
like
they're-
in Finding
they're-
Nemo.
Right,
They
right.
were kind of cute. They were kind of
Aw.
cute.
Yeah.
All right, so that is our Fuzzy Monday of the day. In today's Braducation, I explain probable cause and when the playing field levels out if you are the subject of an illegal search and seizure. Let's watch. My goal is straightforward, to make the law usable and easy to understand for everyone. All of us in the United States have equal rights and should have an equal opportunity and a right to justice. I'm here to help because I want everybody to achieve their American dream. I'm Brad Bernstein, and this is your decriminalization Braducation. I'm not here to tell you what you want to know. I'm here to tell you what you need to know. My objective is to make the law easy for you to understand so that you can use the justice system, know your rights, take advantage of the law, and achieve your American dream. When a police officer has probable cause that a crime is being committed by you, the officer has a right to arrest you. This notion of probable cause comes from the Fourth Amendment to the United States Constitution. It protects people from unreasonable search and seizures. It is not a guarantee against all searches, but just those that are unreasonable. If a police officer pulls you over or approaches your vehicle, provide the paperwork they ask for. But if they ask to search your vehicle, whether you have something to hide or not, your answer should always be no. No, you cannot search my vehicle. Your right is that the police cannot search your vehicle. You may notice that the police sometimes, when they stop your vehicle, look through the windows. It's because they're only allowed to search your car if they have reasonable suspicion that a crime is being committed based on what they see in plain sight. So if you have nothing in plain sight in your car, whatever they find would not be admissible in court because it was an illegal search, and the case against you would be thrown out of court. That is why the police always ask for permission to search your car. If you give them permission, it's no longer an illegal search. You invited the police to search your car. And if you are inside the vehicle and they find something incriminating, and maybe you're just a passenger in the car, whatever they find, even if it has nothing to do with you, you are still criminally liable for what is discovered. So that is why everyone in the car should say no to a police search. If 1 of 4 people in a car says yes, then the police are invited to search, and you never know what the police may find. So, you're pulled over on the side of the road in a car. Ultimately, the police are going to do what they feel like because they have ultimate power over you. Whether a gun is found legally or illegally, you are going to get arrested. There is no doubt about it. The playing field is not level out on the street. The playing field levels out when you get into a courtroom and your lawyer tells a judge that whatever was discovered in your car that got you arrested does not matter because it was obtained illegally in an illegal search. All right, our meat and potatoes. You got an immigration question. I hope we have an answer for you. All right, let's go to Ann in Long Island. Ann. Hi, Ann. Ann. Ann in Long Island. Ann in Long Island. Ann's not listening while I straighten out my shirt. While I clear my throat. Let me clear my throat, Ann. All right. Goodbye. Mila in Hickory, North Carolina.
Hey, Uncle Brad.
Hi, how are you?
Fine, thanks. How are you?
Good. What can I do to help you today?
I just filled my status based on marriage to a U.S. citizen, and I got my travel permit in May of this year, but I didn't get my work permit. So I went to the interview on the 23rd of this month, and
Right.
I asked the lady about the work permit, and she said that whoever did your paperwork after the biometrics kind of separated all the forms, and my work permit was stuck at NBC. So
Okay.
NBC or NBC. So I'm asking, how could I get it out? What do I need to do? Because
What-
I have an attorney, but
Do-
he
do you-
really isn't.
You went on an
helping
interview.
much.
Did you get your proof of your green card? Because then you don't need it.
No, my green card has been put. My I-485 has been put on hold because I'm still waiting for my waiver. I initially came on a J1 visa, and I had a 2-year residence, and
Oh, I see.
I
So
couldn't do the
you're
waiver.
you're waiting on the no objection letter.
No, I couldn't do the waiver on a no objection letter because my sponsor said the Department of Homeland Security
All
denied
right, so
them the
you're
power
doing it
to
based
write.
on extreme and unusual hardship to your spouse.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, and how long has your adjustment been pending now?
I started last year in February of 2020.
February 2020. It is now September 2021. A year and a half. You don't have a work permit yet.
No, I don't.
All right. So you would have two choices. Either maybe just try to file a new one, or because there's no cost to it, so you can always submit another form. You can you can call all you want. They're not going to mail it to you. Or alternatively, threaten a mandamus for your work permit. I think the easiest of all three is to just file a new I-765 quickly as possible.
Okay.
All right, hold on one second if you need help. Julia in Indianapolis.
Hello,
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. So I applied for asylum, and so they denied us and said we're going to immigration court. But myself and my husband, we've been having issues. The police had to come, and he's in my case. And now he said he wants to, because I've been out of the house for some time, we're not living together. And he
All right,
said
so
he wants
if the police are coming, it sounds like there's an abusive relationship. Should I?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I needed to go with my daughter. He didn't let me, so police had to come to stay there till I can take my daughter. But now he wants to get married to somebody else, and we already have a case together.
All right, so are you in now? What is his status?
We just have, both of us just have work permits
From asylum.
from asylum. Yes.
Okay. Was he arrested?
No.
Okay. So, and you're still pending. You're still pending asylum for an
Court
interview
hearing.
for
Yes.
4 years. What is the claim for asylum?
The claim for asylum is domestic abuse, where the woman cannot, yes, from asylum, where he wasn't arrested.
All right, so we would need to discuss the asylum claim and see if you have an independent claim, and then let's take it from there. Okay, hold on one second, because it doesn't seem like you're not aware of the actual case. So hold on one second, okay? Let's go to Kim in West Palm Beach, Florida. Kim. 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 Kim in West Palm Beach, Florida. Let's go to Mariba in Richmond, California.
Oh, hi, Brad. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. I'm calling on behalf of my friend. She's trying to figure one thing out. She came here through the border. It's been 17 years. And so, had an illegal entry, no crimes. But now she wants to marry her boyfriend.
Are you the boyfriend?
And huh?
You're the boyfriend or somebody else?
No, she got a boyfriend.
Okay,
who
so
she
you're not
wants
the
to
boyfriend.
marry.
I didn't know if you were the boyfriend. Okay. So.
Oh, no.
Okay.
No, I'm not.
Okay. So the boyfriend is he in the military or former military? Does she have children? Adult children in the military,
No.
former military.
The
Okay.
question is, he has a pending U visa.
Oh,
Can
okay.
she join the petition at this point?
Yes.
Will she be pardoned? Will she get like a waiver?
If he gets approved for the U visa, she would get approved for a U visa. She would be derivative.
Oh
on
yeah,
the case.
because as far as I know, he has not been approved yet.
Okay. Yes, but it's taking 5, 6, 7 years. Yes, that could be a
Yeah.
possibility if he gets approved.
Yeah, and he has a strong case because everybody got arrested.
Okay.
So.
Okay. The answer is yes.
So, okay. Well, that sounds pretty good.
Okay.
Thanks so much.
All right. Let's go to Isenth in Brooklyn.
Good evening, Brad
Good
and
evening.
company.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. I had an accident where I dislocated my elbow.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
But I'm filing for my 2 boys who would like to get Social Security benefit. Do you think it will affect my filing for them?
No, because that's based on a disability. It's not based on being poverty guidelines. So disability doesn't affect poverty guidelines. It's perfectly fine.
Well, okay, thank you very
You're very
much.
welcome. Let's go to Ann in Long Island. Ann.
Yes, Brad. Good evening.
Good evening. Now I hear you, Ann.
Yes, it's been happening to me from the other day. You know, when I call and I answer, and you come like you cannot hear me.
Okay, what's going on?
Anyways, I'm getting to the questions now. I got my green card in the mail, Brad, but I don't know how to look about my Social Security card.
You got your green card in the mail, but you don't have a Social Security card?
No, I don't.
Okay, so go online to Social Security and you can fill out an application.
And that's it?
That would be it, yeah. If it didn't come with the green card or it didn't come within a few days, go online and file and do it online. Social Security
And yes, I
Administration.
have 2 more questions,
Go ahead.
Brad. I live in Long Island, right?
I'm sorry?
I go there on weekends.
What about?
But I work on.
What about?
I live in Long Island.
You live in Long Island?
Yes, I go there on weekends.
Uh-huh.
But I work and stay in Brooklyn. I stay with my boyfriend.
Right.
My kids live with me in Brooklyn. They go to school in Brooklyn. I use my boyfriend's address for their school address.
Fine.
Because I go to school in Brooklyn.
Fine.
When I'm going to file for them, what address should I use?
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn, because that's where we stay, right?
That's your domicile. That's your legal address. Your working address is Long Island, even though you may spend more time there. But your legal domiciled address is Brooklyn.
So domicile address should be the one
In Brooklyn. Brooklyn.
Well,
What you
okay,
described,
all right.
my answer is Brooklyn.
Yes. And when I file the tax, where should I file the tax for? Brooklyn as well?
Brooklyn. Although,
right, then.
although you'll save taxes by not being a city resident in Long Island, but legally you're a Brooklyn resident, so that's what you do.
All right, then. So I work as a stylist in a salon, right?
Uh-huh.
But the lady that I work for, she don't give us any W-2 forms
So
to
you're,
file
so
our
you're gonna
taxes.
you'll do it as independent contractor.
Just get an accountant
Get
and
an
do it as
accountant
an
and tell them it's an
independent.
independent contractor, correct?
Okay, thank
right.
you so
All right,
much,
good luck.
Brad. Thank you.
You're welcome. Let's go to Adam in Rockport, Illinois. Adam.
Hello.
Hi, Adam.
Hey, sir. How are you?
Good.
Good. So, in 2015, I got charged with aggravated assault, deadly weapon,
Right.
misdemeanor, Class A misdemeanor. My case was dismissed. I did plead guilty to get the deal for the 2-year supervision. My case was dismissed, but I'm afraid to apply for the citizen because some people said maybe you get deportation.
Well,
So
it doesn't
can you-
sound. It sounds like you were found guilty of. For immigration purposes. You were found guilty of an assault, but you didn't go to jail, right?
No.
Okay. And when did you get your green card?
In 2013.
And were you living in the United States before you got your green card?
Outside.
Okay, so your first time you came to America was 2013, and within 2 years you had this assault.
Yes.
Okay. I would need to see if this assault is a petty offense or not. If it's a petty offense, you'll be okay. If it's not a petty offense and you were convicted of a crime of moral turpitude within your first 5 years of entry into the United States, it could be a deportable offense. You could have a problem. So we would need to see. I need to see the disposition. I'm not familiar with Illinois Penal Code off the top of my head. So hold on one second. All right.
Okay.
Let's go to Adam in Montgomery, Alabama. Adam.
Hello, sir.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, I greet you, Mr. Brad. I greet you,
thank you.
Vanessa, and happy belated birthday for a good job you are doing.
Thank you very much, Adam.
Yeah. Also, I have a little question that
Go ahead.
I want to ask. Okay, so once you do your fingerprint biometric, what is left? That is the question, sir.
Who's sponsoring you?
Let's say wife.
All right, wife's a
family.
U.S. citizen. What's left is an interview. Prove that the two of
Okay.
you are living together in a bona fide marriage. Prove that you're not inadmissible to the United States.
Yeah, but I got a little confused because some people were saying that after you do your fingerprint biometric, you get RFE, or maybe you get your card.
Well, you
That's
get
why-
you get an RFE if you didn't do it right. So I'm
Oh,
assuming you did it right. You won't get anything. You'll just get your card and an interview.
Okay, I agree to the Bread Squad.
Thank you.
I am. God bless you.
Thank you very much. Yo-Yo,
Okay.
Yo-Yo and Vanessa.
Thank
Thank you. All right. All right. So, strange day today, even though we're back on Facebook. Not a lot of calls today. No. But, Sandy in Miami. A last second straggler. Sandy in Miami, how are you?
Pretty good. Thank you. How you doing?
Good. What's going on?
I have a question. 2017, we submitted a petition to adjust the status. Then my wife is a U.S. citizen. 2 years later, 2019, we got the first interview. We went to the interview. Then a year later, we would be notified to have a second interview.
Who are you,
On
the
the sec-
citizen, or are you the one getting the green card?
I'm the one getting the green card.
Okay. So the first interview didn't go too well. What happened?
The first interview was how we met and all the details.
Right.
We went into the details. Everything was good. Then they said they would send us a response, a letter within the first 30 days. Then a year later, 2020, they sent us another letter to attend for a second interview. On the second interview, there was like a 4 hours interview.
Right, because they don't believe it's a
And-
real marriage for some reason.
They were asking me about the color.
Is there? Yes, it was a Stokes interview. Is there an age discrepancy? Race discrepancy, religion discrepancy? Anything that?
No, I don't believe that.
That they would
What seems to be the
stereotype?
problem-
Okay.
Yeah, what seems to be the issue is that they asked me what was the color of the sheet of the bed, and I said, listen, I don't know it might be gray, it might be white. All I know is when I get home from work, I really, take a
Right.
shower.
I understand.
have
Some
a-
people could say it's cream, it's gray, it's white. If anyone's listening, and I'll help you in a second, but just as a learning tool for anyone listening, when you go on the interview with your spouse, here's a perfect example. Look at the sheets. Look at the colors around the apartment, the couches. Decide on what the color is. Decide if they ask what color the sheets are. This is white, honey. If they decide, the couch could be red and black. Is it red and black? Is it red? Is it black? Just decide on what the colors are. Go ahead.
Correct.
Go ahead.
And there was like a 4 hours interview. It said, okay, we will be notified within the first 30 days. That was in 2020, October. And now on August 13 of 2021, we've been notified of the final letter of decision. They said it was the answer were not the same, things like that.
I guess, okay. So let me ask you a question. Are you and your spouse in a real marriage? You live together?
We've been living together. This is a real marriage.
Okay, so
since
then if it's
back in 2017.
if it's a real marriage and you're living together, then what you need to do is go back, refile again as quickly as possible. Go with a good attorney. You're talking to one, but I'm not the only good attorney in the world. Okay, and prove it's a real marriage. You guys just were not prepared for what to expect.
I understand, but the main concern right now is the vaccine.
Is what?
The vaccine, the COVID vaccine. They're forcing everyone.
Yes, you have to take one now. Correct.
I mean, I don't have to if I don't want to.
Well, you don't have to get a green card. Those are your choices.
Oh, I see.
Now there is a waiver. you can request a waiver for religious grounds or for medical grounds, but I don't believe many of those are going to get approved. But you can try.
I understand. There's not a guarantee that we'll take the waiver at all.
All right, and you already have problems. They don't believe it's a real marriage.
Correct. Well, thanks a lot, okay?
All right, good luck. All right, nobody's forcing anybody to take a vaccine. Nobody's forcing you to live in America. You can go back to your home country, wherever you are, and not take a vaccine. What they're saying is if you want to get a green card, you got to be vaccinated. Yeah. Shivanji in Edison, New Jersey.
Hi, Brad.
How are you?
I'm good.
Okay.
So I have a question for my friend. So basically, he came to US on student visa, and so I have basically two questions. So one thing is he has interview like in 1 week, green card interview, and so his spouse is deployed. His wife is deployed. So what he should expect for the interview?
Well, he has to go for the interview, and if he shows up without a spouse, with nothing, he'll be denied. What he needs is he needs to get the spouse. He needs to contact the spouse and get something from the spouse's commander or something from the military saying the spouse can't show up to the interview because the spouse is deployed. And you bring it to the interview, and they'll reschedule it.
Okay, he already has the letter from the military.
Then that's fine. Then they'll just reschedule it.
Okay, and the other question is, so I told you, like, he entered on student visa, so he completed his master's and everything, and he got a good job, and then he went to his home country for like 40-45 days and came back, and then after 45 days only, he got married. So will it affect his interview by any chance?
Yes, because there was an intention perhaps to get married when he returned on the student visa. Every time you enter on a non-immigrant visa that does not have a dual intent that includes a student visa and tourist visa, and you get married within the first 90 days, there is a presumption that you intended to get married when you came into the United States. You were not intending to be a student. You were intending to get married and adjust your status. They could bring it up as an issue. It could be an issue. It could be a reason to be denied, and he would need a waiver.
Okay, so, but it was not his active intention. Okay.
He needs a lawyer.
Okay.
That's what he needs.
Thank you, Pat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go to Rob in Seattle. As soon as I said nobody calls, everyone just starts calling. Everyone thought that I wasn't taking any more calls. Yeah, I don't know. G-Child didn't call. All right, Rob in Seattle.
Oh, hi, Brad.
How are you?
First of all, thank you so much for this opportunity. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
So, long story short, I came here to United States with a F1 visa. Then my visa got expired. I overstayed. I got married. I was married for like about 4 months. I got divorced. I never filed my papers to immigration. So after 2 years, I got married again with my current wife. We've been married for 5 years. And then, so I got, I didn't submit my paperwork on time. I got arrested. And then
let's start back now. Now it's getting interesting. Why'd you get arrested?
Because I've been out of status for a while.
You got arrested by immigration?
Correct, yes. I got arrested by immigration, so they came to my...
Right, but you don't have a criminal record, right?
No, I don't have a criminal
record. So you were just extraordinarily unlucky. I hope your wife filed for you now. You have to get an I-130 approved and do your adjustment before an immigration judge.
Yes, we did it already, and it's approved already.
Great.
So, yeah.
So the problem, your question is what?
So my question is, my I-130 is approved. I went to master hearing a couple times, and now finally, at the end of the month, I'm going to have an individual hearing.
Great.
So this is my... say again?
I said that's great because you'll get a green card at the end of the month if all goes well.
So the question, my wife, she did mess it up a little bit at the interview. They asked her a question if she knew one of my friends, and she said no for some reason.
But they approved the I-130, so it's fine. They're not going to question that. They're just doing an adjustment now.
But I guess my question is, so is the DHS attorney going to go hard on us about that issue?
No.
And if you can give me any advice
No,
for
I
the
mean,
individual.
obviously bring proof it's a bona fide marriage. You know, they may question you about your living arrangements, but mostly it's going to be questions about your inadmissibility to the United States, and I assume you have none. I assume everything it'll be very straightforward. They've already approved your marriage.
Okay, so I'm just a little bit scared of like if they're gonna, I guess.
Do you live with your spouse? It's a good marriage. You live with her. It's a real marriage. It's 5 years.
Yeah, for 5 years.
Okay, they asked you 1 million questions, and your spouse screwed up one. Nobody's perfect. Don't worry about it. Okay, you got approved. The I-130 got approved, so good for you. Immigration said you're in a bona fide marriage. It's not an issue anymore.
All right. Okay, and I guess last question: do I have to bring any witnesses with me? No. Not for that, right?
No.
Like, okay, got it. I guess thank you so much. That's it.
Good luck.
I really appreciate it. Thank you. Bye bye.
Let's go to Alexis in Chesterfield, Virginia. Alexis.
Yes. Hello, Mr. Brad.
How you doing?
I'm good, thank you. Quick one. I filed VAWA in February this year, 2021, and I got my work permit within 3 months, I guess. And I was invited. I was scheduled for fingerprint by this in August,
right.
And I was just asking that what next after the fingerprint.
Well, VAWA cases are taking 3 years. So eventually, most VAWA applicants get an RFE. They question one portion of your case, which is either you didn't submit enough proof it was a bona fide marriage, you didn't submit enough proof of abuse, or you didn't submit proof of good moral character. 99 out of 100 times, you get an RFE on one of those. You'll have to respond to that. As long as you respond well, they'll approve the I-360, and then you wait on an interview for your green card. But these processes are a 3-year process. So you're going to have to wait a little bit.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much.
Well, good luck. Let's go to Jackson in Port St. Lucie, Florida.
Hey, good day, Brad.
How are you?
Yeah, thank you, man. Good job on the platform.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. So basically, the question that I have is, let's say you've been here 5 years, you overstayed your visa, but is marriage the only way to get like a pathway to like a green card and citizenship?
That is the way that many people use, because it is generally the fastest way to get a green card, marriage and a bona fide marriage. There's potentially job sponsorships. There's potentially investor visas, family sponsorships. There's potentially lots of different things. But the problem is, if you've overstayed on your visa, very few of those applications, the only ones that come to mind, somebody who overstays, just who has automatically still eligible to adjust, would be a VAWA applicant, somebody special immigrant juvenile under 21, a U visa applicant, a T applicant, but everyone else would either need to be 245I, be in legal status somehow, or be able to do a provisional waiver and go home and come back. That's what trips everybody up. So unless you have one of those, then we go back to yes, then it would just be marriage.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Just wanted to find out.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Good luck.
All
right, let's go. Last call. Patrick in Boston.
Hello, Brad. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. So I came here with a F1 visa, and I got married, and I got divorced. And now I have a VAWA pending, and also I have the CPS pending.
Right.
I'm still a student. I'm doing my master's now.
Wait, so you have VAWA and TPS?
Yes, pending.
Okay. Both. Okay.
Yes. So I would like to know if the TPS approve or the VAWA, when can I use it to change my status?
Well, TPS is never going to give you a green card, so you're going to have to hope that the VAWA would get approved. TPS just gives you temporary protected status, a work permit. VAWA adjustment would give you the same work permit. So you would hope that the VAWA ultimately gets approved so you can get your green card.
Okay. When I already get my work permit, will I be able to work even though I'm a F1 student?
Yes.
Okay.
Because you're no longer an F1 student. You're either pending TPS or pending VAWA adjustment.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay. Good luck. And if you didn't get a chance to ask your immigration questions, the phones were weird today because usually we're just completely locked within the first 10 minutes. And then I'm like, oh, not a lot of calls. And then they were trickling in. And I know we left 9 people now on hold who called late, but we got a show to do.
We do.
All right. So all of you, plus anyone else who did not get your immigration questions asked and answered, can follow me on @RealBradBernstein on Instagram. You follow me on @RealBradBernstein on Instagram. Drop me a DM. I'll try to answer your question as best as I can. You could also follow us at Brad Show Live. As I always say, you can't handle 2 hours of this. And sometimes, no, that's not true. We can always handle 2 hours of this. But sometimes people can't. So follow us at Brad Show Live on Instagram. And of course, you can also follow us on TikTok, our fastest growing social media platform. You can leave a question in the comments or the question and answers, and maybe you'll be lucky enough to get a video answer from me.
Yep, and you guys can follow me at Jonathan Elias TV on Instagram.
And you guys can find me at Vanessa.Contreras TV.
And after we check in with social media, I know Vanessa and Jonathan were scouring the comments for the best questions and answers. Later in the show, I'm going to be speaking with Ukrainian-American inventor and CEO of Better Way Goods LLC, Alina Kravchenko, who appeared on Shark Tank, an immigrant who appeared on Shark Tank and sold her company, at least part of it, to the sharks. And she's going to teach us all how we can do the same. So stay tuned for that.
And now, like we said, our fastest growing social media platform, TikTok. We have amazing videos on there. Make sure you guys follow us at Brad Show Live on TikTok. Here is another edition of TikTok Time.
Well, it seems to me you have 2 choices on how to proceed. You can file a new VAWA application. You can do that within 2 years of a divorce. Obviously, you need to wait on the decision. If you don't get it, you can request a duplicate be mailed to you, or you can request a Freedom of Information Act request to get a copy of all of your records. You can see what the problem was in the decision and see if you can overcome those problems by filing a new VAWA within 2 years of a divorce. Or if you're getting divorced and you're dating somebody else, and you feel you could fall in love again, that would be another option. But those seem to be your 2 basic options on how to proceed. Good luck. Whoa, wait. If you've been here since you were 4 years old and you're now 31, why did you never apply for DACA? And if you didn't, you should do it right now. Even if they're not approving cases, just file it anyway. It's better than doing nothing. All right, that was TikTok time. Now it's social media check-in time.
All right, first one, Zorobabel Jengu on YouTube.
Wait. That looks so great. How good is that?
I missed it.
How good is that? How good is that? How good is that? All right, now continue.
We're complete.
Now continue.
It does look really good.
Yeah, it's
and
much
we're
better.
kind of like,
we always do.
matching
yes,
a little bit.
I'm always in the wrong color. I'm always in the wrong
It's
color.
like
October now, Brad.
Yeah,
Right,
all right. You want to be
October
blue is summer. You're in light blue. Get out of the light blue. Right.
It's all good. All right, Zorobabel Jengu on YouTube. My brother didn't mention in his DS-160 when he went to his visa interview that he has relatives in the U.S. Can I still petition for him? I'm a U.S. citizen, and he's here on a B1 visa.
Yes, but it's going to take a long time if it's your brother, like 10, 15 years.
Mohammed Monarul Islam on YouTube. How can parole help the undocumented people according to Plan C?
I'm not sure what Plan C is yet. We got to look into it.
Seema Singh on YouTube. I've put in for my advanced traveling. I already did my biometrics on July 15th. It's been 8 months since I filed. I need to travel to my country for a visit. My mom back home is over 80 years old. What can I do?
Well, you can buy a plane ticket and you can go down to the local office with whatever your best story is and try to get an advanced parole there. That would be the best thing to do.
Nawaj Jawani on YouTube. Any updates on the U visa?
They are supposedly going to start issuing bona fide determination shortly. We're expecting it within weeks or days that people are going to start getting them in the mail. They're going through them. They're reviewing the applications. When you get that bona fide determination, that would make you eligible for your work permit.
Veronica Clark on YouTube. If my spouse is on child support, would he be able to file my adjustment?
Well, if he's up to date on child support, yes. If he owes like $20,000, no, because he can't support his own children, let alone you.
David Kunchak on YouTube. I have a removal proceeding and I have a master hearing with a judge this month. I already have an approved I-130. I was told I need to file an I-485 in front of the judge rather than sending it to the immigration office. Is that how this process goes?
That is how it goes, but if you're anxious to get your work permit, file it with the immigration office. They'll transfer it to the judge.
MK Quantum Services on YouTube. My father was filed by his mother in 1994. My baby brother was supposed to go with him to the embassy for a green card, but he was a baby at the time and never went. Can he do anything?
How old is he now?
So this was in 1994. And he was a baby.
So then he's 30.
20s and 30s.
Yeah, no,
No,
too
not
late.
yet. Not yet.
1994.
He'll be 30.
20. He's over 21. Nothing
he's over
you can
21.
do.
So Rabel Durange on YouTube. Since there's no more deportation, should my asylum case be granted? I have not done anything wrong in this country.
There is deportation. Why do you think there is no deportation? Of course there is deportation. What the government is saying is you being out of status will not trigger them to arrest you to put you in deportation. If you have asylum pending and it gets denied, you will be put in deportation because that is the process they go through.
All right, Priscilla Lauren on YouTube. When my brother was coming here to the U.S., he stated in his DS-160. Oh no, we did that one. All right, Janet S on YouTube. How much time should it take for an I-485 check to be cashed? It's been more than 1 week and I don't see it being cashed.
About 6 weeks.
And last one from Chan on YouTube. I filed for EAD renewal in December of 2020. I received no receipt or card. I checked the tracking status and they received the renewal. There has been no update yet. Can I send a new application now?
This is is this the woman who we spoke to? It's been, no, different person.
Chan.
How long has her work permit been pending?
They filed EAD renewal in December of 2020, so almost a year.
If it's a renewal since December 2020, what you should do is get a letter from your job saying they're going to fire you if you don't get a work permit, and that should expedite it. All right, so Alina Kravchenko is an inventor and the CEO of Better Way Goods LLC and recently appeared on the ABC TV show Shark Tank with one of her inventions. Alina is Ukrainian American and shared her immigration story and path to entrepreneurship with me. Let's watch. Alina Kravchenko is a Ukrainian American inventor and CEO whose mission is to empower women one invention at a time. The busy single mom taught herself how to patent her creations on her own, and on January 22nd, 2021, Alina appeared on the ABC show Shark Tank with her first invention, SwipenSnap, the US patented one-hand diaper cream applicator, where she caught the attention of the sharks in more ways than one. And she has just recently launched the Toner Bum, the world's first and only US patented glute toning dumbbell. Joining me to discuss her family's immigration journey and her path to becoming a successful inventor and the CEO of her own company is Alina Kravchenko. Welcome, Alina, and thanks for coming on.
Hi, thank you so much. I'm really excited to talk to you and be able to be part of this conversation.
Now, according to the Kaufman Index of Startup Activity, immigrants are almost twice as likely as native-born Americans to become entrepreneurs. And you certainly fit into this category. But before we talk about your entrepreneurship, let's talk a little bit about your immigration story.
So I came to the US when I was 9 years old. I came here with my mom and my sister. None of us spoke English. And my mom had a temporary visiting visa for 6 months But really her goal was to allow us to stay so we could have a better education and better opportunity. This was in the mid-90s. I think it was 94 or 5.
And your mom, she was a single mom, I assume?
Yeah, she was young, 33, 2 kids.
And you all came on visitors visas?
Yes. At the time in Ukraine, the crime was so bad that she wanted to risk everything. The kind of crime that was happening during the time in the early 90s when communism fell was so awful. There was so much corruption. My mom didn't want us to live in a place like that. So she risked it all, and she got a visiting visa at the time, and she was really beautiful, and there were a lot of guys that wanted to date her, one of which was my stepdad. My mom was very humble and never wanted to pressure anybody, because I know sometimes that could be a thing because of the visa. So they actually made it very organic. He extended her visa.
He had nothing to do with extending her visa. You know, if you're on a tourist visa, you make your own application to extend your visa. Maybe he assisted her and said, oh, by the way, you could extend your tourist visa. So maybe she extended her tourist visa and your tourist visa, and perhaps he gave an affidavit of support, but she was the one who did it. Maybe she didn't know what she was doing and he was filling out all the forms for her, but she's the one who actually signed the papers to extend her tourist visa. I guess that allowed them to continue their relationship and see, you know, how it was going to end up organically. You know, coming from Ukraine, you know, in the 90s, why did she pick Texas? You know, usually most people think Florida, New York, California.
She actually knew somebody here that, I guess, sponsored her, that when she came here, she had a place to live.
I see. Most likely, whoever she knew is, if she were coming on a visitor's visa, she was telling the U.S. government back in the day, I'm going to go visit this person in Texas. So she actually went to go visit the person who was helping her to get the visitor's visa. So ultimately, I understand your mom married this man who was courting her. You guys got your green cards. How long were you in the United States before you got your green card? Do you remember?
I was still a child, so it was age 9.
When did you feel America was your home, though? Because you just arrived at it. Just your mom became a citizen, you became a citizen, but you came here with no language skills from communist Eastern Europe at the time, which is completely different than westernized American democracy.
I don't know why, but when I was younger and we came here, I felt American. I was like, this is my home now. This is it. We're gonna stay here. My mom never really told me that we're just gonna be here for a little while. We were too young to even comprehend what was happening. I think at that point, my mom just was doing everything she could to stay. It took me a little while to learn the language and but at my heart, I was like, this is it.
Now I understand your mom broke down in tears when she got her U.S. citizenship. She was very emotional. Did it have any meaning to you at the time because you were a teenager? Did you realize how lucky you were to have automatically derived citizenship?
Honestly, I did not realize until many years later. She passed her citizenship test, which automatically granted me citizenship. And I received a letter from the White House that I am a citizen along with my documents. And she picked me up from school one day. And I remember her pulling over. I'm going to start crying. Sorry.
It's okay.
And she had this little American flag and she had the paper. And I looked at her and I was like, what is this? And you're finally American. I was like, I thought I always was. And I'm like, do I need paper to prove that to me? And she's like, well, you are officially American. And she said to me, you don't even know how many doors this is going to open for you. And she was so right. Because getting into college and into a job, all of these things.
You ever go back to the Ukraine? Does it ever feel like you were born in the Ukraine?
I have very strong memories of being in Ukraine. And for me, it's the stories that I lived in my head as a child are now hitting me hard. The children I grew up with and played with were homeless kids. They lived in cars, and my neighbor across the street was homeless. And I never felt lack of food or shelter. My mom always provided for us. But there were so many people that were really struggling. There weren't job opportunities, so people really, really wanting to do something, but they just couldn't. And it wasn't even legal to have a business. I mean, there's the mafia that like ran all of the business stuff. And if you own a business and you don't pay the mafia, I mean, they could come in and kill your family and nobody can do anything about it.
Do you say to yourself, I'm Alina, I'm an American. I'm Alina, I'm a Ukrainian American. I'm Alina, I'm Ukrainian, but I have an American passport?
You know, that's a very deep question. I like to see myself as a citizen of the world, because if you think about it, like the world is divided into parts that have different laws. Right now, I live on American land, which offers me opportunities that other countries don't have because of the corruption and the evil that is spawned in that country. And I think what makes America so great is that incredible people from all over the world that have a lot to give and a lot to offer. There's a piece of land on this earth that offers me the most nutrients and ability with opportunities here to be able to really take my vision and ideas and bring them to life. I like to call myself a visionary and a person with a lot of vision and goal to be able to make the world a better place.
So you got your citizenship when you were 15. Where'd you go off to college?
I went to Pratt Institute in New York, and my major was communication design and advertising, because my goal really, since I was like 12, 13, I knew I wanted to start my own company. I just didn't know what it was going to be, but I knew I needed to collect enough skills to become the competent CEO that I one day need to be in order to really launch my idea, whatever I had, right? And so that was a stepping stone into getting myself out of the comfort zone, moving to New York, trying to graduate at the top of my class, which is exactly what I did. I also have another degree in computer science because I love learning and I love facing my challenges.
How was it moving from Ukraine to Texas, Texas to New York? Those are 3 different culture shocks.
I'm all about exposing myself to uncomfortable situations. I feel like that's where you grow the most. At least in the beginning of my life, I felt like I needed to absorb different environments to understand how America works.
Now, you had some trying times after you graduated. What happened in your life?
That was when the market had crashed, so I couldn't find any work. And I mean, when it rains, it pours. At that time, I was in a relationship with someone who I thought I was going to marry. And, you know, the first love always hits you hard. And he ended up cheating on me. And his excuse was like, you're just too busy with school. I'm like, I'm trying to graduate. I had my heart broken. I was very emotionally vulnerable. So I went to my mom and I said, look, I can't find a job right now. The guy I thought I was going to marry broke my heart. And then my mom was literally during that moment, like it was a month, she said, my father died, which is my grandfather in Ukraine. So she flew to go and take care of the funeral and everything. Now I'm alone. I have no one. I felt so vulnerable and so weak. And what happens when you're in that emotional state? There are vultures, people that come and take advantage of you. At this time, it was this guy who was a total like deadbeat, who, you know, wasn't a bad person, but definitely like looking for someone he could like on their back and enjoy the ride. He saw me as an educated, you know, pretty good looking at the time, you know, person. And so we were intimate and I got pregnant and I didn't even know. I was on birth control. I was doing all the right things that, you know, to protect myself. And boom, I am 23, can't find a job. This was the time where I was just really asking myself, well, I'm completely alone. There's nobody here. My mom's still in Ukraine. I'm alone now in a small studio apartment. I don't have a job. That was the hardest time in my life.
Was there obviously also concern how you're going to pay the medical bills, how you're going to support this child? Can you tell other people who are in this situation? Because look at you now. How did you get through this dark part?
Once we really quiet everything else and we listen, there's a sense of peace we get from it. Outside, I had nothing, but on the inside, I had everything because I listened to that inner voice. And what I heard was that give this child life and you will have life. And not only will you have life, but you will have an amazing life. This is your journey, accept it and just follow it. And then I just kept like tapping into that inner knowing. And when I was born, even though I was literally on food stamps, barely trying to find jobs online on Craigslist just to pay my rent, I had this inner knowing that this idea that I had at the time, it was the SwipenSnap, that not only was I going to launch it, I was going to be on Shark Tank. And I can only say that now because let me just tell you, back then when I had this like vision hit me, I was like, no way, I'm not worthy. I'm not good enough. I don't know anything about inventing, running a company. Who am I to like launch this product and go on Shark Tank? Now that it's happened and it's real, I literally get chills because if you really, wherever you are in your life and whatever is happening to you externally, just know that it's temporary and that in life, there are going to be high highs and low lows externally, but inside is something that no one can ever take away from you. And as long as you are strong and capable and trust your journey, then magical things will really happen.
So tomorrow we're going to hear more from Alina about her experience on Shark Tank and her amazing invention and how she got the sharks to pay up.
Nice.
All right, let's do speed round 9 integration questions in 50 seconds. Vanessa's on her A game today because she's in the studio blow up with us. She will be blowing up with us. You better be on her A game.
Not coming here to blow up.
Yeah.
All right. Can I apply for the visa lottery with pending asylum?
Yes.
Can I expedite my I-130 if my wife is pregnant?
You can try.
Do I need to pay taxes on a J1 visa?
You always have to pay taxes if you're employed in America.
Can I become an adjunct professor on an H1B visa?
An adjunct professor, if they sponsor you to be an adjunct professor, yes.
Will a Class A assault misdemeanor charge affect my DACA eligibility?
Yes.
Do I need to be fully vaccinated for a citizenship exam?
No, you do not.
Am I eligible for a U visa if my car was stolen?
No.
What is the administrative processing?
That means that they are processing your case.
Can I travel on advanced parole with a U visa?
That's rude.
After you get the U visa, you travel on the U visa.
There you go.
That was not cool.
I was like,
I'm a little tired. I had to think
Not
about
today,
it for
Brad.
a second.
we got it.
All right, so
Don't do that again.
I was looking at him like,
you like that, right?
Don't answer, you don't answer.
Right.
How come I'm not answering, right? All right, comments of the day. Comments of the day. See how calm I was?
Right.
I know,
of
you
course.
had me shook it.
Yes. All right, first comment of the day, which is actually super true, and I didn't even think about this. Jessica Leamy, Joelle Davis saying, Facebook has been down all day, but it came back just in time for the Bestest Live show.
They knew.
That is super
That is very, very true.
I was hopeful. I was. Okay. Paulette Bryce Cameron saying, it's nice to see you in studio, and that's quick.
Yeah.
I'm so happy to be here.
Yeah. It is nice to see you.
It is. And our last comment of the day, Seema Singh saying, thanks so much, Brad, for your answer. I love y'all. God bless.
Aw, very nice.
Love
Thank
that.
you very much. And by the way, Moonchild, thank you. Elena, you really lifted my spirit tonight.
Aww.
I just saw that last second.
Awesome.
All right, Nesquik, you going to be back tomorrow with us here?
I sure will.
Or are you running back to Miami?
Nope, I'm good right here.
All right, we'll see you all tomorrow for Tuesday Tea. Thanks for watching. So, Sam, as part of the production, we have to say this disclaimer at the end of the show. Do you mind reading it for me?
Okay, but you know, Brad, I have to do everything around here. It's bad enough I've got to remember everything that happened on the episode from the previous day.
Forget it. I'll do it. The proceeding was information only and not specific legal advice. Consult an attorney about your individual situation. Prior successful results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. To make an appointment with the Spar and Bernstein law firm located at 225 Broadway in New York City, call 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Easy to remember, 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-LAWLINK. Once again, make a call to 1-800-529-5465. And of course, link up with the law offices of Spar and Bernstein, located at 225 Broadway on the 5th floor. If I were you out there, make the call, make the link, make the connection, make it Spar and Bernstein. 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-529-5465. And now, conveniently located in Hartford, Connecticut on 1 Congress Street. Visit us in Connecticut or in New York at 225 Broadway. That's 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-LAW-LINK. 1-800-529-5465.
What are you doing?